It is Saturday, May the 11th, 2024, and just wanted to give y'all an update on my figs. Now, at one time, I had, I believe, a couple years ago, 16 varieties of fig. Well, I don't have even half that now. I've lost some. Want to replace some of them, but you know, if a variety doesn't do well in my area, then you know, really no sense in growing it. Now this variety here I'm very proud of because this is a very, very delicious fig. And this is JH Adriatic. Oh my goodness, it's a good fig. And when I first started figs, I would watch videos of people saying how it's jammy and it tastes like, you know, strawberry preserves, or this fig tastes like raspberry or whatever. I'm like, yeah, they're being a little bit crazy. But really, y'all, my first taste of this was last year. My first fig that I had actually eaten off of my own tree of the JH Adriatic. The inside was so sticky, jammy red, and it really to me, I couldn't decide. Maybe a cross between cherry and strawberry jam. So sweet and man, very good. So my daughter really liked it. She wasn't a big fan of your normal figgy taste, but she really liked this. So actually, I've propagated a few more, and we have. This is one tree that I have more than one of, for the time being. So a couple of these. Now we have these in these car tire raised bed planters to kind of protect them from the mowing and all that good stuff, and I use that a lot. If you've seen my other videos, you know. So I'm have to go back and look at my past videos and remember what I put where, because when we painted these tires as black tires, they absorb too much heat and actually cook the roots, and that's how I lost some of my stuff. So we did paint them. We got this paint. It was actually a mist tint, but it worked out fine. It's not quite like, you know, your clay pottery pot color, kind of that orangey browny color, but it works good. So if you use these tires, you know, put a light color paint, you know, some whites, yellows, you know, whatever, lighter colors, blues, decorate them up. But this fig here, when we painted some of these tires, I had wrote on this part of the sidewall here, on somewhere on them, what varieties they are, using a white paint pen. Well, we realized a little late that we painted over some of that stuff and forgot to put a tag on them. So I have to go back and see what variety this is for sure. So I got a couple of them like that. So there's that one. There's the JH Adriatic. And this is starting on the front of my property. The road is to my back. We're right up close to the road I live on. And my pawpaws are over here to the side. And this little bushy sucker here is Texas Everbearing. Now that is a fairly common fig, but it's common for a reason. They're a good fig. They're a hardy fig. They're not as fancy as some, but they're basic go-to fig. And I in our area here, northeast Texas, and over into Louisiana and all the areas around us, these and your Celeste are some basic figs, but they're still very good figs, good for fresh eating or preserves or what have you. I actually prefer the Celeste a little bit more, but now we have this tall thing here. It's probably getting up close to 7 foot from the ground, and this is another one that I don't have the tag or the name on, so I'll have to go back and see exactly what that is. Next, that's one that's grown up with weeds all around the outside of the tire. Now this is a Violette de Bordeaux, VDB, and she's doing good. She's got some little figlets on her. I didn't even look at figlets on these other trees, so let's just backtrack real quick. This is an unknown variety. It's got Now these are flattened looking figs, so that should help me out in my remembrance of what they are. Let's see, Texas Everbearing. Yep, she's got some baby figs on her. This first unknown that I have here that I got to go back and look for the name. Her little figlets are a little bit later, so it's a later variety. That ought to help in my search for what variety she is. Little baby figs. My JH Adriatic. Now there was some Brevas on this earlier this year, but you see, we've got some little figs. Pretty much every leaf node here, we've got little figlets. So let's catch back up. I don't want to make this video too awful long, but I have fun doing this. Back to the what was this again? Violet de Bordeaux. Okay, there we go, the VDB. This is my blackjack. Now it's not very bushy. It's got one side shoot and mainly just a tall tree. Blackjack here, and you can see it's got little figs all up in there. So doing good there. Proud of the blackjack. Next in line, and I just bought this this past fall. It was on sale. It was mainly like a twig with no leaves, but it's gonna stay fairly small. Now it's not even a foot tall. Got several little side branches. That's a magnolia fig, kind of a dwarf fig. This is another JH Adriatic, and I just planted her out here this spring. She was in the greenhouse in a pot for the last year plus, year and a half. Let's go back up here. I believe that was my Alma or Cadota, one that died right there. She's been dead for over a year. This one, I believe was this is my other JH Adriatic here. And by next year she should be up pretty good size and producing. Nice little tree. This is my LSU Purple. And let's see, does LSU Purple have any? Yes, we got some figlets coming on LSU Purple. Now all these trees, 2 winters in a row, got killed back because they were struggling. I was strong language. I was an idiot, okay? We'll just say that. Let's see, there's some more babies. I was trying so hard to propagate new trees that I would cut these pretty hard, and then they would struggle, toward the end of the year. They would struggle on surviving the winter. And then we had a couple bad winters, and these things just struggled to perform the last couple years. So this past year was fairly mild, and they're coming through gangbusters, and I'm not going to take any cuttings for at least a year. I'm gonna let these trees get good and mature. This one here, I'm calling this Kilgore Unknown. I took this from a tree in Kilgore, Texas, 25-30 miles from here, and I really feel like it could be a greenish shea, but I won't know. Haven't eaten any figs off of this. I did off of the mother tree. When I do get figs off this tree, I'll try to make a video and see if someone can help me figure that out, what she might be. But either way, the mother tree was kind of a not super tall, kind of a sprawling, had a lot of side shoots, and you can see there's some of last year's that died, but it does tend to put out a lot of side shoots and sprawl out a little bit. So we'll see. Right now she's called Kilgore Unknown, or UNK. And this one here is my Celeste. I love Celeste figs, and she's got little figlets all up in here. So anyway, that's my little fig collection. I've got a couple more in pots. Some of them I really don't even know the variety. I'm serious, y'all. I got behind. I let up on my standards and didn't label things correctly as I'm sticking new little cuttings. And so I'm trying to get back on track with labeling and know what I have. So hope y'all enjoyed that. God bless.